Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 and another part of this Newcastle series where we are starting to get through some of the easier fixtures after a very difficult start to the season. You can see we've been winning about as many games as we've been losing so far this season, with defeats by Fulham and Aston Villa in there, Tottenham in there as well. It's just not been quite our run of form. At the end of last episode, we were beaten by Spurs 2-1. We did then follow it up with a barnstorming victory against Monaco. We went 2-0 up. We were pegged back to 2-2, but we immediately responded with Isak getting the third to win that game. And then we went to Crystal Palace, and Facundo Torres finally scored his first goal of the season. Quite a lucky one as well. But we did manage to win 1-0. Then against Preston North End, we played a rested 11, and Wilson, Doyle, Gordon and Anderson all got on the score sheet. Anderson getting his first goal for the club. But then we lost to Aston Villa, and it was a very annoying one as well because we went 1-0 up and then they scored twice in the last half an hour to see us off and put us into a terrible position really in the league. We did play Rennes, we won 2-0 there, a brace from Sven Botman of all people, and then most recently we scored 4 as we beat Wolves 4-2, Tonali, Botman again, Wilson and then Neves. So we've won 2 in a row now, which has set us up nicely for a tricky run of fixtures, because today we've got Man City away from home in the league, Inter Milan at home in the Champions League, and then we'll play the Manchester United game away from home as well. So a lot to get stuck into today. And in the Premier League at the moment, you can see we're down in 10th. It's not going well. We are some way off Liverpool. We do have that game in hand. If we win today, we can move further up. But if we fail to win today, we could be in serious trouble, dropping into the bottom half potentially. So for this game against Man City, we're going all guns blazing, all of our strongest players out there in the first 11. No surprises. I'm pretty settled on what my strongest 11 is, and it's pretty much this. I don't think there's anyone that I'd actually put in there above any of these players. Maybe Scalvini could play, but I'm quite happy with how Gertrudia has been performing so far this season. He seems to be in the right place at the right time. There's actually an argument that Botman could be dropped for Salvini, if anyone. But this is a strong Manchester City team. No new signings in there since the start of the game, actually. This is the original 11. And even on the bench, there's Rafinha, but otherwise, and Hermoso, I guess. But otherwise, they are sticking with the team they had before. I think Guardiola is still in charge of the team, but he's been very close to being sacked because they've not been performing all that well. But then the same could be said of me as Grealish gets in behind, and this could be trouble, but Nick Pope makes a very good stop to keep us in this game. Now De Bruyne with the corner. We cannot concede early here against a team like Man City, and Botman does get the ball away, but Isak can't take it and run. But 0-0 at the moment. You can see in the table, if we win this game, we get into the European places. That probably relieves a bit of pressure, closes a gap with Liverpool down to just 6 points as well. Liverpool lost to Manchester United in the early kickoff. Chelsea losing as well. So all going fairly well in terms of the other fixtures, but this is a huge game for us and for Man City, really. I think if we beat Man City here, Guardiola could well lose his job straight away afterwards if he indeed is still the manager. As Edison finds Arke, plays it out to Walker. They're running through the centre, and now they go a bit wider, but they keep coming in narrow, and the ball over the top's found Grealish in on goal, and Pope denies Grealish again. Another very good save from Nick Pope there, and now it's a corner which De Bruyne will take, goes in, and Torres heads it out of the box so that we manage to survive again. Not many chances on our side of the house, but maybe one here with Trippier. Takes to the byline, Tonali. Back to Gordon, and Doyle is there. He's got 5 goals now this season, Doyle, playing in that left-back position. He really is popping up and finishing at exactly the right time. He's been an absolutely excellent signing for us. Tonali and Trippier did very well. The ball pulled back to Gordon, and that is the literal definition of the corridor of uncertainty there, as Doyle just touched that one into the back of the net to give us a crucial lead. Now Torres with a free kick. Bruno's in there, it's cleared away. Arke further out. Now Haaland can counter. It's a dangerous run from Erling Haaland. Being held up, lots of players around him, but he still found Grealish. Trippier didn't deal with it, but the shot from Grealish does reflect off Trippier. He did well to get in front of the ball there, and now De Bruyne has the corner. Back towards Rodrigo, but it is cleared away and Torres will be able to make the break. He's got Isak up there as well, but he's not quite got the pace, and that ball doesn't quite work out for us as it is intercepted. And we're going in at half-time with a crucial 1-0 lead over Manchester City. They're making 2 changes at half-time to try and save this game. Ruben Diaz and Phil Foden being taken off. Let's see if it does anything for them as they come forward. Stones to Rodrigo. Now Walker, 5 minutes into the second half. Charging down the right flank, staying wide. They've been going narrow a lot. Maybe this is the switch they've made, and Rafinha's got in. And Rafinha has scored his first goal of the season as they make it all square. We did not deal to the change in approach from Man City. They stayed wider. They had been playing more narrow, and Walker there found Rafinha, and he's done well. Defender, goalkeeper, it actually came off Pope, but just deflected off his chest and into the back of the net. And it means it is now 1-1. But we still have work to do if we're going to win this game. The team's not quite been playing at their best. I'm going to just demand, or encourage them actually, because they do better with encouragement than me having a go at them usually. Maybe time to make a couple of substitutions soon. As the ball comes out to Stones, plays it forward to Rafinha. Forward to Haaland. Doyle's tackle has played in Bernardo Silva inadvertently. He's in behind, and Pope makes a good save. They're making changes. I think I need to make some changes. Maybe bring Miguel Almiron on. Probably bring on Sean Longstaff. Need to make changes in midfield, really. Put Willock on as well. Just make the 3 substitutions now. I'll take Isak off in the next round of substitutions. But for now, let's see what these players can do. It prevents anything happening from the corner. Maybe time to take Isak off for Wilson now and see if we can make that breakthrough. Corner from De Bruyne, and Pope does well to come and claim it. Can we build from this and get a late goal? We need to win this game, really. Pope sends it forward. Gordon is up there. Can't win the header. Now Stones to Rafinha. Comes back. Sends it over to Ederson. I think both teams desperately need a win. A draw doesn't really help either team at this point. Rafinha into Kovacic. Now Rafinha. Oh, this could be dangerous. Kovacic back to Rafinha, to Bernardo Silva, well blocked. Kovacic still has it. Puts it in, and we do get it away. João Neves to Almiron. Can we create something now? Takes it down the left. Pulls it back to Botman. And that is the end of the highlight. We survived that chance from Man City, but we are not quite managed to make the breakthrough here. Could do a change in the other full back as well, but it's just Trippier coming off. Hermoso to Ake. Ball sent back to Ederson. Last 5 minutes of this game. Both sides going for a win. I feel like this won't end in a draw, but might not be what we want here. De Bruyne in the middle into Stones of all people. And John Stones has just charged through the centre of the pitch and probably got the winner for Manchester City. He starts that move in defensive midfield. Never stops running, look. Right, just a little pause there, and De Bruyne plays him in. And John Stones, hard to pick up a man running from defensive midfield through the middle like that. And indeed, he has absolutely damaged our hopes. Now a corner from Rafinha goes in, and Ake puts it over the top. We've got 7 minutes of added time to try and get an equaliser now. Otherwise, we are in a really difficult position in our league season. And it looks like it's not going to come. It's a 2-1 defeat. We are in a lot of trouble now. I think we could well be looking at the sack sometime soon. Guardiola's happy. He was being talked about being sacked at some point. Trippier's injured as well. Doesn't help our cause. And it means in the Premier League, I mean, let's have a look at the other fixtures coming up. See how they finish as well. But we're in 10th place. Other teams could go above us if they win. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest coming up as well in the league. But we're in a tough situation. We need to go and play Inter Milan now and then hope that we win against Forest before taking on Manchester United, because we've got to recover our league position soon. Few changes for this game against Inter Milan. We've got Nottingham Forest in like 2 days, so we do need to keep the players fit if we can. Joe Linton, Almiron, Gordon all coming into the side. Scalvini in at central defence means Gertrudia fills in at right back ahead of Trippier, who is injured, and Livramento. Mark Gillespie's also gone into goal because Nick Pope has picked up an injury, so he's going to be out for 2 weeks. Not what we need, as our form has taken a dip. But hopefully our Champions League form, it's been doing us well so far, 2 wins out of 2. Hopefully we can keep it going here. Martinez leading line for Inter Milan, Thuram in there, Barella, still a very good player, Çalhanoğlu in there, Bastoni. Their defence is going to be the most difficult thing to penetrate. But if we can do that, I'm not too worried about their offensive capabilities, and we should be able to get the win. We are at home. Inter Milan, one of the biggest teams that we play in the group stage of the Champions League. And luckily we are drawn against them at home. But here's Doyle into the centre for Bruno. Could do with an early goal just to settle the nerves, really. Joe Linton out wide to Tonali, finds Isak. Oh, he went for a really beautifully floated effort towards that far top corner, but it gave time for the keeper to get back and tip it around the corner. Tonali puts the corner in. He's got it back. Now Almiron on the edge of the area. Takes it to the byline. Joe Linton is there. Gertrudia could shoot. He's got in. He doesn't know what to do with it. He found Almiron, and it is blocked by the defenders before they can get the ball in the back of the net. Botman now plays it out to Doyle. Let's keep this pressure up inside the first 5 minutes. Gordon down the left flank. Isak in the middle. He's gone towards Almiron. Comes down to Tonali, but Fratesi gets the ball away. Gertrudia to Almiron. He's in on goal, and he's hit the crossbar. And it has just come back out by a couple of yards rather than just drop over the line. And as it stands, it remains 0-0. Corner now for Inter Milan. DeMarco takes it. Joe Linton, the first man able to get it away. Now Fratesi to Barella. Oh, nobody's dealt with it. And Thuram has been able to just plant that one in the back of the net. VAR are going to take a look at that. Looked onside from my initial check. And the goal has been given. Just really poor work there. Fratesi to Barella, ball over the top. Yeah, it's clearly onside. Gets in, and then just finishes it. The four defenders around him, they all just sort of switched off as Thuram kept playing to the whistle and stuck that ball in the back of the net. And now we need to respond. Almiron's corner, and it's over the top from Isak as we fail to get that quick response. At the moment, Inter would go top of the group stage phase. We would still be in the top 8, which is where we're aiming for. We don't want 2 extra games this season in the Champions League. Now Çalhanoğlu, Bruno trying to get there. Fratesi's hit the bar, and we are really struggling here. Dumfries attacking down the right. Doyle does win the ball, and it goes out for a throw-in. But we are not performing to expectation here. AC Milan 3-0 up inside 18 minutes. And Liverpool also beat Mould. Still 1-0, half an hour gone, and it's Inter Milan on the attack again. And we were completely open at the back. Gillespie did very well there because that was a free header, and it nearly went in the back of the net. Now Çalhanoğlu whips it in. Scalvini away, Thuram, Gillespie claims. But we need to get in shape pretty quickly. Going to demand more from the team. I'm not happy with how this is going. They have reacted well to that. I think they know they should be doing better. And now Gillespie will take the goal kick. Goes out wide to Gertrudia. Nice ball out. Gertrudia forward to Almiron. Inside to Joe Linton. Now Isak. Gordon. Joe Linton. Goal. Very nicely worked move, that one. And we have managed to get the finish. Joe Linton doing really well there. It's a benefit of having a former striker playing in central midfield, is that he can definitely finish. And he did really well in a little triangle here. Joe Linton, Isak. Joe Linton kept running through off Gordon's ball and then just fired it in past Jan Sommer. And it is now 1-1 as we head towards half-time. The players reacted really well to that demand for more out of them. And we're going to go in with things back to all square, which means that we can start to build up again as we were doing at the start of the first half. But hopefully this time we can make the most of it and get our advantage. Leao's got a hat-trick for AC Milan now. Man United winning 3-0. Varane with 2 goals in that one. Let's bring on Facundo Torres. Doyle's going to need to come off at some point as well. Probably Livramento in that position. DeMarco. Ball deflected to Almiron. He switches it nicely to Torres, and Doyle. It's a good first time touch there from Torres. Doyle brings it forward. He's about to come off. Torres. Back to Botman. Bruno over the top for Torres. He's in behind. He gets to the byline, finds Tonali, and we have got the goal. It's now 2-1. Tonali and Joe Linton, the two central midfielders, have turned this one around for us. And we now lead Inter Milan in this Champions League match. Torres doing really well there. Getting in behind, getting to the byline, pulling it back to the penalty spot. He does that a lot with a great degree of accuracy. And Tonali knows where the back of the net is from central midfield as he makes it 2-1 to us. And we are in a much better position now. We need to go to a slightly more defensive approach. Livramento playing on the left. Finds Joe Linton. He's been tackled, but Livramento picks it up. Goes to the edge of the area. He's still going. Finds Gertrudia. And this time he does finish it. He didn't know what to do with the ball when he got in that position last time. But this time he knows to put his laces through it. And we have a 3-1 advantage over Inter Milan. We've done really well to come back and take this position. Livramento found Gertrudio. So much space there. I don't know why that fellow had his hand up. There's no way that could have been offside. And it is now 3-1 to us over Inter Milan. It would move us up to top of the entire league table, I think. Now, Isak's got an injury. Looks like a foot injury. Should be okay. Hopefully nothing too serious. But I think at the moment, this hasn't quite updated. We'd be on 9 points. So we may well be top of the Champions League table if we keep this score till the end of the game. Oh, Joe Linton now went through the back of Correa. No foul given. And now we're on the attack. But we've given it away senselessly there. Now Dumfries. Stood up by Torres, who's done well to win the ball. He's going to look to play this into the middle. And he's found Bruno, who's had to run all the way to full-back to get that ball. He finds Almiron. Cuts inside, finds Joe Linton. We're opening the game up well, and Joe Linton gets in on goal. Oh, he went for that bottom corner, but it wasn't quite on target, and it remains 3-1 at the moment. But we've done so well. Look at that change in the momentum of the game as we've managed to really get a stranglehold of it in this second half. We were poor after going behind in the first half, but we've done well in the second half. Now to Marcos, tackled by Gertrudia. Wilson out to Almiron. A little bit of a heavy touch, allows him to get the ball back. Nice recovery, but Gertrudia wins it. Being hassled by Çalhanoğlu. Scalvini. Bruno out wide to Livramento. He's got Wilson through the middle. Tonali. Oh, that was the wrong option. He had to play Wilson there, and now Thuram will counter. Plays it over the top for Lautaro Martinez. Oh, and he's hit the post. 5 minutes of added time to go. We should be able to get the points here, even if we were to concede in added time. Scalvini to Joe Linton. Out wide. DeMarco cleans up. Back to Jan Sommer. Acerbi to Barella. It's a good team, this Inter Milan side. This is no mean feat getting the win here. Midfield looking a bit tired, but we don't have any more substitutions to make. Correa. And that has gone over the top with a little help from Nick Pope there. Late corner now for Inter Milan. They're not sending the keeper up though. 2 goals down, I guess. And at the moment it looks like we are going to get the win. Gillespie doing really well. Just 1 goal conceded. Made a couple of very good saves as well. Livramento charging forward. Finds Torres. Oh, there was an option through the middle there again that we failed to take. Just take it too long. Thuram has broken through. Great save from Gillespie. Really doing well. 4 saves he's made today. They're 2.37 XG and he's kept them out. And that was a really good performance from the team. To come back and win that game when we're a goal down, we are now top of the Champions League group by 2 points ahead of 35 other teams. Really nice start to our campaign there. We have got a favourable draw. He's out for 4 weeks with a twisted ankle. We've got a favourable draw in the Champions League, so I think we probably will be making it out of the top 8 there. Villarreal, Napoli, probably the biggest teams still to go. Otherwise, it's just Feyenoord, Servette and Celtic. Those last 2 games will be important, but hopefully, if we win the next 3, we'll basically be in a position to finish in the top 8 no matter what. But up next, it's a huge couple of games. We've got Nottingham Forest in the league, play Bristol, and then Manchester United at the end of this episode to come. Well, since that excellent comeback victory against Inter Milan, we have kept up the form. We managed to get it was a good performance against Nottingham Forest. We went 2-0 up inside 11 minutes. They scored basically their only attack of the game, but we were very comfortable throughout. And we did get the 3 points that we needed in the Premier League that took us to 11th place. We've still got a game to play, obviously, so we can move it up a little bit further in the table with a good performance today. And then we demolished Bristol City 5-2. 2 for Joe Willock in that, Wilson, Byrne and Joe Linton with the other goals. A bit of a throwback match. That's a lot of Ashley era players involved in that game. Up next, we have Manchester United away. It's another tricky run. United away, Feyenoord away, then Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But after that, we finally can see a few games where we might be able to get a good run of victories and get our season fully back on track. Now, if we can win today at Old Trafford, it really would set us up well. We've got Pope back in goal, still carrying a knock. He's not back in full training. I think I don't want to risk him. We're going to put Gillespie in. Gillespie's done well as a deputy for Pope while he's been injured. And then we're trying Scalvini in the middle with Botman, Doyle and Trippier on either side. I don't think Trippier will last too long, but I'm going to start with him for a big game like this. The front 6, almost the strongest going. Anthony Gordon's come in now on the right flank, where Almiron might usually play, and we'll see if Anthony Gordon can do some damage against this United team. You can see Onana in goal. Not many changes to that team. It's an original game 11. Not many players on the bench either. So I would expect that this is a good opportunity for us to get a win against some potential title rivals and maybe get 3 crucial points when we need them more than ever. Torres has got the ball and he finds Gordon on the far side. There's Tonali run through the middle. He's got 2 to his left. If he could pick them out, he finds Wilson. Oh my God, that is the worst miss I've seen so far this season. That is really, really poor. And we have to be scoring there. They're putting 0.09 XG on that, but I think it was a lot higher as Casemiro sends one just wide of the post. Gordon has picked up a knock, so we're going to have to go back to the original team and put Almiron in there. I don't want Gordon out for a long time. Now Ericsson with a free kick. Well, I thought it was saved, but it wasn't. It was just off the crossbar there. I thought Gillespie did well covering his far side from that free kick. But we do need a win here. As it stands, we would be 11 points behind Liverpool, so we've got to get something from this match against Manchester United. All the big rivals winning their games around us, so we can't afford to lose this match. But 0-0 at the moment. United not getting any shots on target, but they are probably having the better of the play. Wan-Bissaka finds Mount. Bruno has just thrown our season down the toilet from the look of it. That's going to be a red card. Yep. And there we go. Bruno is off. Don't need to make any changes because he was a defensive midfield position that I would have sacrificed in that eventuality. Garnacho, edge of the area, has put that over the top. But we are in some trouble now. We're going to have to go to a cautious approach and hope that we can get something on the break. But I'm not happy with that. And that was the worst time for Bruno to get a red card. And we are in some serious trouble. We failed to win here. And, being champions, you've got a lot of stock. The Champions League campaign is going really well as well. So that does give you some stock with the board. But on a number of factors, I am struggling in this save beyond the fact that we won the title last year. Højlund here has got a chance, finds Varane. And, it's gone in. Off the post from Varane. McTominay nodded it in. This might be ruled out for offside. I thought he was onside from my eye line. And we'll have a look. And indeed, the goal has gone in. There's a number of factors. There's our poor league performance. That's a huge one. There's the fact I haven't signed any high-profile players. If we can get to January, we can rectify that, and we probably need to. And then the other one is the dressing room has turned against me because a lot of the players that I wanted to shift in the summer did not eventually leave. And it's left us with a few players on quite poor morale. And all of that just adds up to putting you in a very precarious position. So the question now is, can we make it to January and make the necessary changes that we need to do in order to recover our season? But right now, things are not going well. Got to try and encourage the team for this last 10 minutes because it's all Man United since that red card. And here they come again. We're lucky it's only 1-0 right now. Varane to Sancho. Mehdi's given it away. Now Barnes trying to find Wilson, doesn't get to him. Sancho plays it over to Ericsson. Rashford, they play very narrow. Scalvini's intercepted though. Can we launch the counter? It's Botman. Forward to Tonali. Out wide, nice ball to Barnes. And then he just stands still and United have picked it up. Byrne wins it back. Botman. Out wide to Byrne again. And he's giving the ball away, Dan Byrne. He's one of the players I need to get rid of. And Mehdi there, very close to making it 2-0. and it is all Manchester United. We need to hope that they don't score and that it gives us enough space to be able to hit on the counter-attack. We could do that now with Tonali. Plays it out wide to Almiron. And Shaw gets the tackle in, and now we're exposed. Sancho loses out to Dan Burn. Joe Linton back to Botman. Plays it forward to Joe Linton. Tries to get around the outside. McTominay's won that ball back, and now Ericsson. Tackled by Botman. This is a very scrappy game all of a sudden, but Manchester United down the right flank, pulls it back. Barnes is intercepted. Now Botman. Counter-attack has got to come now. Oh. And they've hit the post. This is not going well. 0.24 XG. They're on nearly 3. Come on, lads. Let's get that last second goal. Something. But it's not going to come. It's another defeat. And there are going to be some extremely difficult questions to answer after that game. We're in 11th place. Could go even lower than that. And let's just have a look at this club vision. I mean, the board is still satisfied, but look at that. High reputation's doing some damage. I mean, it's not too bad on the general culture. But in the league, they're very disappointed with our ability to qualify for the Europa League, which is required. Reach the Champions League proper on. I mean, it's only the Europa League, I guess, not the Champions League, so we've got a good chance, actually. Maybe not as bad as I would have thought. If it was Champions League, there'd be real questions about my job. But up next, we have Feyenoord. Chelsea will be a huge game at home. They're currently second in the league. We could lose that one as well. And it really is a difficult place. But after that, there's a little turnaround. So what we're going to do is go forward. My plan is to come back around the time of this Liverpool game as we head towards Christmas. But we've got a genuinely nice run of fixtures until basically here. But if we are losing games, and it looks like I might get the sack, obviously we're going to come back earlier. But this Liverpool quarter-final could be a chance to check back in. I mean, I'm not too bothered about the Liverpool quarter-final, so I might just see how the team's doing. I would expect us to have picked up our form by the time we get to this point, but then we're into January. So I think maybe Liverpool game, January transfer window, possibly the Villa game at home. Villa are a good team, up in third as well. That might be the next episode. But do drop a like down below. If you're enjoying this series, do make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.